It's really not that serious.
Yo, we are back, man. We are back for another episode of It's Not That Serious, the podcast, man. Your boy is back, D.MOSS. I am happy to be here with you guys, man. It has been a while. We on episode 31. Yeah, man, we back on episode 31, man. It's been a while since I've done this. I think I haven't potted in almost a week. The last episode, I shot 2 episodes in 1 week. I just recently started EMT class for those who do not know. I'm currently doing an EMT class. One of my dreams, I've always wanted to go into the fire department. So in order to go into the fire department, you have to have your EMT. So I've been started. Tomorrow starts my second week. It's a 5-week accelerated course. Y'all, I don't know what I got myself into. It's a lot. It's a lot of information to like process and take in. Hold on, let me take this. Hold on, y'all. I had to cut the fan off. But it's a lot of information to take in right now. But your boy is doing it. I actually took my first quiz the other day. I got a B on the quiz. Then I had to turn around and take a test, I was supposed to originally take on that Thursday. But due to me having to fly out to Atlanta for my sister's wedding this past weekend, I took the quiz on Thursday morning and took the test took the quiz Wednesday morning and took the test Wednesday afternoon. And lo and behold, I could have cheated if I wanted to because I was put in a whole other room with the door closed and I could have cheated, but whatever. So congratulations to me, man. I really wanted to kind of like push myself forward. Push myself, learn new things. It's a 5-week program, um, accelerated. So the first week is down. The second week is starting tomorrow. So y'all pray for me, y'all, man. I want to stay consistent with this. This is like really my passion. This is something that I want to do. If I can make a career out of this, I am. I want to make a career out of this. So I'm always stay consistent with this. We're on episode 31. Your boy has been holding it down for almost 2 months by himself. And I'm proud of myself, you guys. Like, this is something that I love to do. And I'm just going to get on here and ramble and talk, give my opinions on shit. And, if you guys have not, man, we are on every streaming platform, Spotify, Apple, Listen Notes, Pandora. You can catch us every Monday at 8 a.m. You also can catch us on YouTube for the visuals. I drop the YouTube visuals every Monday morning at 8. So the audio and the visuals drop every Monday. So yeah, man. Like I said, I love y'all. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. Shout out to me. Just staying consistent. That's one of the things I just wanted to do is just stay consistent, not to worry about the numbers, not to worry about the impact that I'm having. Just perfect my craft, stay consistent, and get better each and every week. But yeah, man, I have a great show lined up for you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into this, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to my boy BIZZIE, man. Shout out to my boy Dante, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all the shit, man. Y'all really keep a nigga going. And let's get into it. So TikTok being banned, man. The House passed the House of Representatives passed a law to ban TikTok. Man, what is your thoughts on that? TikTok is being banned. Are you guys on TikTok? I don't really use TikTok that much. I'm not too familiar with the platform, but I do have an article on it. The U.S. House passed a bill to ban TikTok if it refuses to sell the platform. So I think the platform is up for sale. They have 28 days to sell the platform. If I'm not mistaken, I just saw Earn Your Leisure say that the platform is worth, don't mistake me, y'all. I want to say $9 billion. I think the TikTok platform is worth $9 billion. But yeah, they have a certain amount of days to go ahead and sell the platform. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is good? Do you guys think this is bad? Y'all really don't care? I would like to hear y'all opinion and what y'all think and how y'all feel about it. There was an article I just read. I think I should have saved it. I think I saved it, y'all. Hold on one second. About TikTok, all posts. This is my podcast topics. All posts. TikTok being banned. Do you guys use TikTok? Do you guys care about it being banned? Yeah, I heard they had a certain amount of days. A lot of people a lot of people make a lot of money on TikTok. So I wonder how is this are going to affect certain um how this is going to affect certain creatives, who thrive off of TikTok. The young lady who just told the story, I think we discussed it last week or the week before, just got a deal with CAA. She came off of TikTok. So she got her bread right in the right time. Like the universe was on her side with her situation. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a TikTok guy. I don't use TikTok. I do post my reels on there, but I'm not on there. Um, I'm not on there all day, all night. I do go on like my little deep dive wormhole situations when I'm flat earthing it and aliens and all that type of shit. So I am going to miss it for that. But other than that, I really don't use TikTok. But me and my girl was having a conversation the other day, and she said, "How do you feel, or what do you think if people? How do you think the world is going to be? Not the world, but what if they ban Instagram? What do you think will happen if IG was banned? What do you guys think? How will people react to Instagram being down? If they not being down, I'm sorry. If they banned Instagram, like if announcement, the house came out was like, hey, Instagram is going to be banned, or Instagram will be down for a year. A lot, like, what will happen? I think a lot of people, like, I would like that just for a year. Let's see how things will go for a year. I feel like it will level the playing field because we have this misconception of people through Instagram. Not misconception. Like we feel like people are doing more than what. Yeah, misconception. It is a misconception. Like we think people are doing this, that, and the third off of pictures. Like, oh, they're doing this. Like, oh, businesses is thriving. We see girls flying across the world, showcasing their lifestyle. And they might be super regular. They might work. You never know. Like, I just feel like I would love to see how things will go if Instagram was banned for a year. Because in all actuality, we really don't need it. How is it helping us as a people every day? I remember I was talking to one of my homies and he said he took a picture down because he only got 9 likes on the picture. And I was like, bro, that's 9 people complimenting you. On an average, how many people compliment you on a day-to-day average? How many people compliments you? Do you get 9 compliments every single day? So just imagine you post a picture. That's 9 people complimenting you. So just look at it like that. But I feel like a lot of people lose their self-value, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people live through Instagram, like live through it. Their whole life is on there. They live on it. They live through that. They project themselves through that. So if IG was banned, like a lot of people would just lose themselves, I feel. Y'all let me know. I feel like a lot of people would definitely lose themselves on IG. Lose themselves. I'm sorry. Will lose themselves if IG was banned. Um, because it's like I know a lot of people make a lot of creatives. A lot of people have came off of IG, like comedians and um, people are doing short films on IG. But if IG was banned, a lot of money would be lost for everyday people. People probably make a living off of IG. I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of people, creatives, influencers that make money off of IG, and that will really fuck up the bag for a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? And for those that's trying to get out there to be a creative and make their money, how they make their money, their brand deals, partnership deals, things of that nature, that will really fuck shit up. But I would like to hear your opinion. Like, what do you guys think if IG was banned? Because they're about to ban TikTok, so there will no longer be TikTok. And I just got on there. But shout out to Fanbase. Isaac Hayes III has a social media company called Fanbase that I am on, and I've been a member of for about a year now, I believe. But shout out to Fanbase. It's black owned. It's a dope app. It's just like Instagram, and you actually get paid. You get paid for the content that you post. So, and I've gotten paid, not much, but I have definitely gotten paid off of the content on Fanbase. So, I mean, off the content that I post for my podcast onto Fanbase. So, yeah, y'all let me know, man. What do you guys think will happen if IG, yo, all the bad bitches ain't gonna have nothing to post? Like, they ain't gonna get flown out. They shot at getting that Drake is done. They shot at getting that your favorite NBA player is done. Like, it's a wrap for them type of chicks. It's a wrap. Just imagine. Just can you imagine if IG is down? Just imagine all the relationships that has been made on IG. People finding their significant other or partner on IG, and it's just down. It's over with. That'd be crazy. I would like to see that. Let's see how IG would do down for a month. Not how IG would do. Let's see how people would do if IG was down just for 1 month. For 1 month, I would love to see how people will react and how people will, the reaction on people. People be panicking when IG goes down for like a couple of hours. IG was tripping the other day. I just came back from Atlanta, and my girl texted me, was like, "Did IG log you out?" And I was like, "Yeah, it did." But I found a way to log myself back in, but it just logged me out randomly. But just imagine if IG goes down for like we already know how IG goes down. When IG goes down, I'm sorry, excuse me, you guys. When IG goes down, people be acting crazy for a few hours. But imagine, can you guys imagine a whole month how motherfuckers will be acting or how people will react to that? I would love to see. It'll be a shit show out here. It will be a total shit show out here. But yeah, that's crazy. But moving along. Um, Drake dating Lotto's sister, who is 21 years of age. This is not okay to me. And what is the appropriate age gap in dating? So there's rumors going around that Drake is dating Lotto's sister. I didn't even know she had a sister. She's 21 years old. I think Drake is he's pushing 40. Drake is like 37, 38. What is your thoughts on Drake dating Lotto? Drake dating Lotto's sister, a 21-year-old. What is your thoughts on it? I think it's kind of weird. I think it's weird that a grown man. These are all rumors. We don't know. We definitely don't know what they could be doing business. He could be having a clothing line. He might want her to model for be a OVO fashion model. But she is younger than him. What are your thoughts on that? I think it's weird that a 37-year-old man is courting or trying to get at a 21-year-old. Like all the beautiful women out here in your age bracket. Just think about all the bad women from like the age gap, let's say from 30 to like 45. Like bad grown women, bro. Grown women. And you want to go date a 21-year-old. Like that's weird. Like what can y'all possibly, and this is the same thing we was talking about my issue with like a couple of weeks ago with like Jalen Green and Drea. It's the same thing. I'm not gonna let Drake slide. Like that's weird, bro. Like what can you possibly be talking about with a 21-year-old? Like what is that conversation about? Like when y'all go out to dinner and y'all was at dinner. So there was video footage of them. Somebody like put a camera up of Drake. They're at dinner, leaving dinner. And my thing is like, what can you like? What are y'all talking about? I hate what chicks. I was dating this younger chick. She was before I started dating the girl, my girl now. I was dating this one younger chick. She was about 26, 27. At the time I was 33. I was 33. So she was like 27, 28. And I was 33. Do y'all not know that the whole time we'll be talking, like sometimes we'll be in the car, she'd just be on IG scrolling. She'll just be taking selfies in the car. And I just was be like, yo, like, I can't do this. She looked good though. Bad. But I couldn't do it. Everything was about Instagram, like living through that shit. And I could not do it. So just imagine a 21-year-old. You Lotto's your sister, your big sister. You're dating Drake or whatever y'all got going on. Just imagine all the selfie pics she's probably taking in the Rolls Royce or whatever Drake drives, or just imagine that. Like, but we don't know if they're dating. They could be talking business. Drake could, like I said, hey, I want you to be. I'm coming out with an OVO females line. I want you to model for it. Or Drake can have some type of business endeavors that he wants her a part of. Saw her, thinks she's a beautiful girl, and was like, hey, I want you to do this for me, like, you know. But my thing is like, I hope he's not dating that 21-year-old young lady. I hope he's not. All the bad women from in his age group that he could talk to, that he could date, and I think it's just weird. It's like he's stuck in his youth, in his young days. Like, where's the maturity at as a man? Like, for you to really want to date a 21-year-old, like that's weird to me. That's like some ritual industry shit. Like all them men, and you know, men do as men get older, we do like younger women. But I can't see myself as a 34-year-old man right now. If me and my girl was not to break up and not work out, I don't think the youngest I'll go right now is probably like. I've always liked older women, but the youngest I'll probably go is like 30, 32, like up in that age gap. But I can't go no younger than that, bro. Just my maturity level and where I'm at in my life and what I'm focused on and the things I want, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, so I just can only imagine. And Drake's probably just want to just smash. Like, the nigga just probably just want to add her to a list of chicks he done ran through, and Lotto's little sister is gonna be one of those. And I wonder if that confirms that 21 Savage and Lotto is dating. Because, you know, Drake and 21 Savage Drake and 21 Savage just recently came off tour. Not recently, but they were on tour late last year. And I wonder, like, because I'm thinking to myself, like, how did he even see her? So 21 probably dating Lotto, had the sister around, and Drake probably seen her then and probably was like, oh, yeah, like, what's up with her? So that kind of confirms the dating rumors of 21 and Lotto, if it's any truth to it. But to me, I think that confirms, because in my head, it's like, how else did they meet? Like, where is Drake dating or meeting a 21-year-old woman at? Like, Drake ain't just bumping into a 21-year-old chick, you know, in his everyday life. So he had to see her somewhere. And the only place I can think of is Lotto being 21 Savage's girlfriend, Lotto going to one of the shows, being backstage, Lotto brings her sister, Drake, 21 Savage get finished performing, they backstage chilling, Drake sees her, and it's like, oh, how old is she? She probably was 20 at the time, just turned, she's probably a fresh 21. Sarah was like, all right, cool, let's date. Now we can date. You're legal, you're 18, you're considered legal, but 21, now you can drink, we can do things. And it's like, yo, can she even handle her liquor? Like, is she, when y'all go out to a steakhouse and she order a steak, do she cut is she shaking the table when she cut her steak? Like, what's going on? Like, what is she ordering at 21 years old? Like, she probably still ordering like the pasta, like basic pasta, calamari. Even though I do love calamari, like what is she ordering? Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall in the room with Drake and that 21-year-old like young lady, and just hear the conversation. Like, what are y'all talking about? Drake might be the immature one, and she might be mature. We never know. But yeah, I just was just curious about that, y'all. Like, I just was just like, yo, what is all this about? Speaking of more Drake news, so if there was a DM put out that Drake slid in the girl's DM line and said, "Your body is absolute tea." So it's a young lady that posted a screenshot of Drake getting at her, and I think, did I save it? I didn't even save the fucking DM, dog. So it was a DM of Drake saying, "You're absolute tea. Your body is absolute tea." And I'm just like, yo, what does that even mean? Yo, what does it even mean that you're like, come on, Drake, like, that's mad corny. Your body is absolute tea, but that probably works for Drake. and the girl screenshot it. Oh, and the girl was actually like, yo, yeah, if I can remember, because it was about a week ago that I saved this, y'all. My bad. I'm kind of like catching up. But the girl was like, people were like in her DMs, like, oh, you just fumbled, or in her comments, like, oh, you just fumbled the bag. Like, why would you screenshot it? And she was like, going back with people like, oh, you know, yeah, I just mad that Drake didn't slide in y'all DM, whatever. But my thing is this. This is my question to y'all. Ladies, that shit was corny. But like, what's the appropriate way to slide in the girl's DM? Like, ladies, like if you wanted a man to slide in your DM, because let's be real, a lot of relationships are based off, not based off of social media. A lot of people are meeting their significant other through social media. So you're seeing a girl, you're attracted to her. It's easy, not easy access, but it's a way to get to know someone. Social media, social. So you might not see this one. You and this young lady might live in the same city. Y'all might not ever cross paths, but due to social media, here you are. You're able to ask her out to dinner, get to know her, and then from there, a relationship might blossom. If kids might come be a part of that, even a marriage. But what is the appropriate way, ladies? What is the appropriate way for a man to slide in your DMs? Or how would you like for a man to slide in your DMs? So let's be real. If a regular nigga, you posted a picture, women y'all love showing off them nice, beautiful bodies that you guys have. If a man slid in your DMs and was like, your body is absolute T, with that, like, what is that doing something for you? I think it's corny. I think Drake is corny. I think Drake is one of them corny rappers. So Drake, you crashed out with that one, buddy. Like that was like a corny, like to me that was corny. That was super corny. But yeah, I just think that it's corny. I just not what I think, but what are your thoughts? Lady, what is your thoughts on what's the appropriate way for a man to get at you in his DMs? Women, do you guys open y'all DMs when the niggas sliding y'all DMs? Cause I'm pretty sure women, it's easy. I feel like it's easier for women to get a man versus a man to get a woman. Do y'all slide in men's DMs? And if y'all do, what is the appropriate way for a woman to slide? Like, how do women slide in men's DMs? And men, what is appropriate? I'm never going to slide in a girl's DM and say your body is absolute T. That's crazy to me. But it's Drake. Drake could get away with that. Drake could probably just be like, send an emoji, and girls is like, chicks is probably like, oh my God, like, what is that? It's fucking Drake, dog. But I know some women out there gotta be like, yo, that nigga is corny, and no, I'm not entertaining that. Like, what does that mean? Your body is absolute T. That's how 37-year-old men talk now? Like, I never want to be that nigga. I never want to get that old and be like, yo, your body is absolute T on how I approach a woman. 37 years old dating a 21-year-old. That is absolutely mind-boggling to me. And to be back on that topic too, like, what's the appropriate age gap for somebody to date? Like, if you're older than a young lady or a young man, what is the youngest you'll go? What's the youngest you'll go? And with those pickup lines, that's probably why he's dating younger women. Because I don't think Drake could probably date a grown woman. Because his mindset is probably still, he's not trying to settle down. Most women his age, 37, 38, pushing 40, they want a husband, they want a family, they want a home. And he's probably not there yet. So he has to date younger women. And those women that are his age that he's trying to get at, if they're going for it, he's probably not interested in them because they're probably boring in bed or just not fun and exciting. So he has to probably go young because most younger, and they probably don't have any real responsibilities. As you get older, women in that age got kids, a career, so they can't just drop what they're doing and go on tour or fly with him to Turks and Caicos and all of this shit that he like to do because they got careers. So he has to go young. So I kind of understand why he does do what he do, just on that perspective on the responsibility level. Because dating a woman 37, 38, she probably got a mortgage. She probably a small business owner. I ain't gonna say small business owner. I ain't gonna do them. Well, small business owner, because I just read some statistics the other day. If your company makes less than $1 million a year in revenue, gross revenue, it's still considered a small business. But yeah, so those factor in a lot for him as far as the lifestyle he lives. And a woman that's his age, she can't do that. Just drop. Let's say she has kids. She has a whole lot, and especially if she's a responsible woman. Because a lot of these chicks are not responsible women. If Drake came into play, they'll probably drop it all to go hang out with him for a couple of months, and he gonna be on to the next thing. Here, your whole life, everything you don't work for, your job, your career, you done threw it down the drain because you want to hang out with this nigga for a couple of weeks. So he probably has to go younger too. I don't know, just my thoughts. I could be wrong. The nigga just might like young women, and nigga really might just be corny, and older women not going for it and seeing through his bullshit, and he know it. Because if you slide in the chick DMs talking about you're absolutely T, you're fucking corny. Like, I'm sorry, Dre, you crashed out. You crashed out with that one. But shout out to Drake though, you is that nigga. And are you going to respond to Kendrick? That's the K with all these nines and us, and he gonna see a pet cemetery for all them dogs. What did he say? Even Prince outlived Mike Jack. Yo, that Prince line in the K with all these nines, and he gonna see pet cemetery. Yo, shout out to Kendrick. Yo, that nigga Kendrick. Shout out to Kendrick, man. I ain't gonna get into him because I don't like to do the dissecting of the bars and all that. Just know that shit was tough. Like I listened to that song like 6-7 times, dog. And I'm like, yo, this nigga Kendrick really came back. That nigga Kenny really came back talking his shit. Like really talking his shit. So I'm eager to hear. I'm just happy because hip hop was kind of boring. Meek and Academics was doing their thing. But now we about to see like the big dogs go at it. Like the Kendrick, the Cole, the Drake. Is Drake gonna respond? How is Drake? Drake is real. Like you can't pull that shit like how you pulled on these other rap niggas, Drake. Like what the shit you did with Meek, you can't do this with Kenny because he gonna come back. But I'm interested in how Cole, if Cole is going to respond, I'm pretty sure he is. I personally don't think Cole can fuck with Kendrick, but that's just my opinion. But I'm eager to see. It was tough though. That Prince and Mike Jack line, even Prince outlived Mike Jack, because that nigga Drake loved talking numbers. And then they saying Future and Drake got beef behind a female. Like nigga, I hope it's not true. But if it is, like how y'all beefing behind a woman? All these women in the world, and y'all having sex with the same girls? I'm just mind boggled by it. Like it fucks me up in the head. All the women in the world, and y'all all decide to sleep with the same 8 girls. That's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. Just like when, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I just personally wouldn't do it, and I don't want to devalue nobody, but just like Trayvon Diggs when they had a baby by Joey Chavez. And it's just like, bro, like you couldn't have had a baby by any woman in the world. She's a beautiful girl, by the way. Can't take that from her. But like to me, that's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just think it's weird. I wouldn't do it, but it's kind of basically like a man having babies by a woman who already has kids, right? So like maybe because they're famous, her kids' fathers are famous, but I think it's whack. I think it's weird. I wouldn't do it. I just don't see how you niggas are like, what in the possible, like, so Drake and Future got the same taste in women. Y'all got the same taste in women to where y'all sleeping with the same girl, and now niggas is pillow talking to this broad, and this broad is going back to, this is all weird. But y'all both crashed. So that's true. If y'all really beefing behind a girl, y'all niggas crash out. And I was like, yo, Drake and Future never performed none of those records. But the problem might be really is because y'all know Drake don't fuck with Metro Boomin. And Metro and Future is super tight. So Future probably just being loyal to Metro Boomin, which he should. And I understand. But I don't know. It's eager. It's a interesting time in hip hop right now. Rumors of Drake and Future beefing behind a woman. Kendrick dropped a sick ass verse on the new Future and Metro Boomin album. He took some shots at Drake and Cole. So it's an interesting time in hip hop right now. Shout out to Kendrick. Very interesting time in hip hop. I'm eager to see how all this is going to play out. So that was a topic I did not have written down. I was just kind of just like freestyling and just talking. My cousin Tamika, man, calling me. On to the next topic. Kevin Hart and Mike Epps has partnered up to bring back Comic View on BET. Is this something you guys are interested to see? If something that you guys are not interested to see, Comic View on BET is coming back. So for a while, we all knew Kevin Hart and Mike Epps had some beef, like a little brewing beef. I guess Mike Epps felt like Kevin Hart was gatekeeping. He was a gatekeeper in the comedy field, but it looks like they put their beef to the side and they're partnering up. I'm interested to see it because Comic View was something I grew up on. My boy BIZZIE is like a big time comedian guy. Like he loves watching Comic View. He knows all the up and coming comics, who's hot, who's not. My boy BIZZIE is like super big on that. But shout out to Comic View, shout out to BET, shout out to all the up and coming. Shout out to all the up and coming comics that's gonna be able to showcase their talent and skills. I remember watching Comic View as a kid growing up, and I loved it. I remember watching Corey. I feel like Corey Holcomb is raw funny. I hope he's on there. I hope to see what's the boy name? Desi Banks, I think his name. I hope to see him. Some of these up and coming female comedians on IG that's been able to make a living for themselves, make a way for themselves. So shout out to them, man. So shout out to Comic View. How do you guys feel about Comic View coming back? Who are you looking forward to seeing? Who you guys think should be hosting? Y'all let me know, man. Y'all hop in the comments and let me know. I think it'll be a dope. I think it's something dope. Kanye goes at Kai Sinat. I don't want to talk about that. So let's talk about Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars in $50 million gambling debt with MGM Casino. How? But MGM just recently came out and said that he's not in debt with them. But let's just talk about it for shits and giggles. I think he might be it. He might be. That nigga gonna be doing a residency at MGM in Vegas for a minute. But just how do you get yourself in $50 million debt though? How? A $50 million gambling debt owed to MGM? I have the article. I have the article on that, you guys. Could y'all get yourself in that big of a debt? And what is the biggest debt that you ever been in with somebody? What's the most money you've ever owed somebody? I think the most money I've ever owed somebody, I typically don't borrow money from people. I typically don't borrow money from people at all. If I need some money and I needed to get some, I just really would just thug it out and just be like, fuck it. It just ain't meant for me to have it. But to put yourself in debt like that, a $50 million debt, what is Bruno Mars's net worth? Let's see. Let's Google Bruno Mars's net worth. And net worth might not necessarily mean he has it in cash. Let's see what he got going on. Oh, Bruno Mars' net worth is estimated to be around $175 million. With his expansive music career, Mars has won 15 Grammy Awards, 11 American Music Awards, and 13 Soul Train Awards, and 4 Brit Awards. So 175 million. So shout out to Bruno Mars. I didn't know Bruno. I didn't know. Shout out to Bruno. I didn't know Bruno was doing it like that. But shout out to him. $175 million is his net worth. He owns 50. Allegedly, he owes MGM Grand $50 million in gambling debt, but they recently just came out and said that he does not owe them. It was just a big miscommunication. I think they're just cleaning face. Maybe Bruno asked them like, "Hey, can you guys clear that up and let's talk about getting this debt down?" But how do you get yourself in this type of debt? How do you get yourself in a $50 million debt? Is that something that, like, how does that accumulate? And what's the most money you've ever owed someone? I think that was a question I asked. Like, what is the most money I've ever owed someone? I don't think I've ever owed no one more than, I think, a few $100s, like $200-$300. But I don't ask nobody for shit though. I don't ask, like, that's like one of my biggest, issues. And I think that's actually a sin. It's pride. It's pride. That's pride. But yeah, so $50 million. Sheesh. Nigga, what was you playing? Russian roulette? Like, what was you playing? 50 million? I wonder if there's somebody out there that owes more than that to casinos in Vegas. And what happens if they don't collect on that debt? Like, what happens if they don't pay? Like, if the person who owes this large lump sum of money is not able to pay, what happens? But they know he's good for it because they wouldn't allow him to get that big in the hole with them. But let's just say if somebody, like, do they put a lien on your shit, like property and all of that? Like, what happens? Like, I'm just real curious. Y'all hop in the comments, y'all inform me and let me know, like, what happens once you go into a big debt with the casinos in Vegas? And it might not be 50 million. Let's say 100,000, a couple 100,000, $1 million. Like, what happens? Like, how do they collect on that money? I'm not a gambler. I've never been a huge gambler, so I don't know. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Y'all hop in the comments. Y'all let me know. But $50 million Bruno Mars owes. Yeah, Bruno Mars about to have a residency up in Vegas for a couple of years, dog. He gonna have to pay that off. Like, he gonna have to pay that off. He gonna get a contract. Nigga, MGM gonna come swoop that right on up. But Bruno Mars makes some good music. He's a very, very talented artist. Very talented artist. But shout out to him, man. I hope everything works out for him. Like, that's crazy to me. $50 million. This is something that I wanted to talk about. So, Sheldon Johnson was a gentleman that was on the Joe Rogan podcast about a month ago. He was supposed to be like this reformed. He was supposed to be like this reformed person. He went on. He had did some time in prison. I think he did. He was a gang member out of New York City, and he was just this reformed person. He went to prison for, like, I think robbing a drug dealer. But he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and to make it to Joe Rogan, you're doing something very, like, you have to be doing something. Joe Rogan's just not interviewing anybody. So he has Joe Rogan on his podcast, and he's just speaking about just his life, his former life, his time in prison, coming home, being reformed. And I remember, I always read the comments on Joe Rogan, and everyone was saying, like, he's still glorifying this old life. This man hasn't changed. Yeah. I didn't watch the whole interview. I just watched the clips. I was very intrigued by this gentleman, and I was like, man, that's dope. He's come home, been able to get a second chance at life and get his life around, turn his life around. And lo and behold, this gentleman is now in prison for dismembering a man in his apartment. So he was just on Joe Rogan about a month ago. He's in prison now. Let's look it up. After a head was found in his freezer. Criminal justice activist arrested after head found in freezer. A criminal justice activist who recently appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast has been arrested after a severed head was found in freezer. Sheldon Johnson, 48, was charged with murder, manslaughter, and criminal possession of a weapon, according to NYPD, while conducting a wellness check in the victim's apartment at 979 Summit Avenue at around 8:30 p.m. Police found the man's torso with his legs attached. Authorities and sources said Colin Small, 44, was pronounced dead at the scene. Johnson had become an advocate for prison rehabilitation after his release for a string of armed robberies in 1999. His story of rehabilitation after his release from prison turned him into a criminal justice activist, and he had made multiple public appearances. He had spoke recently on the Joe Rogan Experience about his time behind bars. He's a Queens Defender, the nonprofit public law firm where Johnson worked, declined to comment. Queen Defenders, the nonprofit public law firm where Johnson worked, declined to comment. Johnson is expected to be back in court on Monday. That's crazy. Just imagine how crazy you have to be to dismember a body, bro. Like, what does that take to dismember a body? Like, that's crazy. Yo, you crashed out, my guy. No, how much? Like, that has to do a lot. That has to be a lot of effort. Like, how do you even dismember a body? You have to be sick in the fucking head. You have to be fucking sick in the head to dismember a body. How long does that take? And you spent all this time, like I'm truly, once a murderer, always a murderer. Like, can murderers be rehabilitated? Because you went into prison for a string. I think he murdered someone prior to. But anyway, he went into prison in 1999, got released. Here you are trying to change your life around, helping other people, but then you turn around and commit the crime. What could have led to that? Like, what could push a person to want to kill them like that? It's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Like, what is it possibly that could even, like, what happened? What disagreement can you guys could have had? What was it that you guys had that pushed you to cut him up like that? Cut his head off and put it in the freezer. That's wild. And he was just on the Joe Rogan podcast. And I remember people in the comments were saying, like, yo, this, like, he's not changed. Like, he's glorifying his way. People were in the comments saying this. And I was like, I didn't think he was. I think he was just speaking about his experience in prison and his life. He was speaking about his experience in prison and what led him into being into prison. You know, Joe asks all those type of questions and allows his guests to expound on their experiences and where they're at now in their lives. So I never took it as him glorifying it. I just took it as him just telling his story. But this nigga done dismembered a head. I couldn't even imagine doing some shit like that. I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't even imagine, like, killing somebody, let alone cutting their body up. You gotta be a sick individual to do some shit like that. Sick. And you really trying to get away with it too. You're really, 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 really trying to get away with it. You did not want to be caught. And he probably was going to do that. If he would have got away with that, he probably would have been moving on along with his life, telling people about trying to help rehabilitate other inmates coming home from jail. Just imagine how crazy that is. How crazy that sounds. You killed you killed the nigga on Monday, cut his body up, spent all night cutting his body up, go home, shower, get dressed, and show up to work at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whenever, and helping people, helping former inmates, get their life back on track once they're out of prison. Just imagine that. That's crazy. It's somebody out there right now that's like that. That's did some sick shit and is going on about their life like they didn't just do the sick shit they just did the day before. Imagine how much your life changes if you kill somebody. Just imagine that, y'all. Can you imagine killing somebody and no one knows you killed them and you're trying to cover it up? Just imagine the anxiety and the weight, the stress levels that's weighing on you. Just imagine that. I would be fucking sick in my head. I couldn't do that. I don't never want to be put in a position where I have to kill somebody unless it's self-defense. But it's no amount of money. It's no amount of nothing to where somebody will push me to where I want to kill them. I just walk away. Or I'll call the police. Call me a punk. Call me a snitch. I love my life. Bro, you just spent all this time in prison. Let's see how much time he spent in prison. You spent all this time in prison just to go back? 25 years in prison for attempted murder and robbery, and was a member of the Bloods game. 25 years. Some people just never learn. Some people just never learn. 25 years. I wanted to speak on that because I had just seen it. And I was like, yo, that's the dude who was just on the Joe Rogan podcast. That's crazy. I wonder if Joe Rogan's going to talk about that. I wonder if he's going to talk about that. That's crazy. 9 people dead and 78 others hospitalized after eating sea turtle meat on a remote African island. On a remote African island. That's crazy. Sea turtle meat? Like, what make you want to eat sea turtle meat? I was talking to my girl, and she was like, yo, turtles is like one of the oldest, like, 9 people dead. So on a remote African island, 8 children and an adult died, while dozens were hospitalized after consuming sea turtle meat, a local delicacy despite its well-known dangers. The incident occurred in Pemba Island, part of the Zanzibar archipelago. Archipelago. I'm sorry, y'all. My shit is all fucked up. Lab tests confirmed the link between the illnesses and the consumption of turtle meat. This tragedy highlights the risk associated with consuming turtle meat, which can cause severe food poisoning, including gastrointestinal, neurological, hepatic, and renal toxicity. What in the world would make you want to eat sea turtles? That's crazy. My condolences to the 8 children that lost their lives and an adult. But I will never eat turtle. Like I think it's strange that we eat chickens now. I think we've made it normal. But just imagine eating chickens. People I eating pork. I don't eat pork. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. I went to the Waffle House the other night and I had 2 patties, like sausages that were made out of pork. But typically I don't eat pork at all. Like, I'm a big fish and chicken eater. And even I like shrimp, but they say like shrimp allegedly is like the roaches of the sea. It's just like, what the fuck? What are we supposed to eat? But sea turtles, like, I just saw this article, y'all. I just thought, like, what? Why are we eating sea turtles? Why? Like, why? What is that? Like, everything you wanted to eat. Want to go eat goat? Go eat anything else but sea turtle. And sea turtles live forever, don't they? Like, don't they live like hundreds and hundreds of years? Like, I don't know. My girl told me that. I didn't know that. But a sea turtle, just imagine everything they consumed and now you're consuming it. But that's even with like chickens and all of that when we eat that type of shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I just thought I saw that. Guyanian woman charged in romance scheme. So there was a woman who just got arrested for finessing men. She was actually from Ghana, but she was living in the Bronx for a while. Damn, I just thought I'd be saving these articles. I gotta start saving these articles. But she was living in she was living in the Bronx for a while, and she was scheming men out of their money. Me and my boy Marlon was just discussing this the other day. Like, this is a thing. Like, men do this, or women do this. Like, women will build a relationship with somebody on social media, and once they feel comfortable, ask them for money, and men will give them money. That's crazy. I had a homie tell me he had met this chick. He had met this chick, and the chick, like, they were talking for like a couple of weeks. They weren't even talking that long, and she asked him for $50 for lunch. I don't even think they was a couple of weeks. It was probably like a couple of days. She asked him to send him $50 for lunch, and he like, yo, like, I don't even know you. Like, who do you like? That's wild to me. That's wild that you send money to somebody you've never met. And I wish I had the article, y'all, but I'm gonna find it. But Ghana woman, Ghanaian, she's from Ghana. Let me just get it. She's from Ghana, and yeah. Hold on. Because this is just crazy to me. Prominent Ghanaian influencer pleads guilty to receiving fraud proceeds from romance scams. Damian Williams, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, announced the guilty plea today of Mona Fiaz Montrage for her role in laundering the proceeds of a series of romance scams. Ghanaian influence charged in $2 million in romance scam. Wow. The Ghana social media influencer has been extradited to the United Kingdom to the U.S. from the United Kingdom to the U.S. for allegedly swindling over $2 million from older single American men and women in the twisted lonely heart scam. Federal prosecutors said Monday. Mona Fiaz Montrage, 30 of Accra, Ghana, appeared in Manhattan federal court Monday for her alleged involvement in a series of romance schemes targeting older people who live alone. Wow. Montrage, who had around 3.4 million Instagram followers on her page, Haji for Real at one point from at least 2013 through 2019, was involved with a group of con artists from West Africa who assumed fake identities to trick people into thinking they were in relationships with them using emails, texts, and social media messages, Fed said. Ain't no way in the world, dog. I'm sending $2 million. Yo, I just the yo. So first off, the shit people come up with to get fucking money out of people is crazy. Or just the scams and the schemes people come up with just to make money is crazy. Just the other day, I was reading an article. I was at the hotel in Atlanta. I'm scrolling Instagram. I came across an article of a young boy. I think he was like 23, 24. He was, hold on, hold on, ATL, Atlanta, man. Atlanta man. Hold on, y'all. Atlanta man caught caught up in uh scam scam case 20. I just read it 24. So it was a young man basically returning. I can't really explain how he was doing it, but he was going into Publix and returning. He was like returning like gift cards and things that he bought at the grocery store, and the money was being direct deposited onto his card. So at one point, he made an $84,000 transaction. I'm gonna find this article. But my thing was like, bruh, like you was making all this money and you got caught up. Damn, where did I read that at? I hate when I see stuff and I don't uh this is just crazy. I just stumbled up on something else too. But the young man was taking money. He was returning stuff at Publix grocery store. And as he's returning the stuff, he's keeping the money, but he was going crazy. He made like $200,000, over $220,000 in like 1 week, y'all. Like it was crazy. And even the article, the sheriff that spoke on the case was like he was doing it too much, like to where they had no. It was like he probably could have got away with it if he wasn't being so greedy. Like he probably would have got away with it if he wasn't so greedy. Basically, is what they saying. He would have got away with it, y'all. He would have got away with it. But it's just like I just bring that up just to say like the shit that people do is like you being greedy. I wish I could find that article. I'm gonna find that article. So y'all know. Hold on, man. And Publix scam scam fraud arrested. He was young too. Damn. I can't find it. I'm gonna find it. If I find it, I'm gonna bring it up to y'all next week. I'm gonna bring it next week to next week's episode. But I was just saying, like, it's just crazy how the stuff, the limits that people go to get shit done. It's just crazy. Like, just now, it was a bright idea. Maybe if he didn't go and make a $84,000 return, because what can you possibly buy at Publix for $80,000? I would have hit him for like real low, like $300 a day. $300 probably like every other day. Like, don't go crazy. Or hit different Publix in. Don't do it where you stand at. Hit them in different areas. Like, go to South Carolina, North Drive. You got, but hit your quota like $500 a day. Boom, I'm done. $500 a day. So just imagine if he did $500 a day times 7. That's $3,500 in 1 week that you made. So imagine if you do that, $500 times 14. You do it for 2 weeks. That's $7,000. People don't even make that, and people get greedy. People get greedy. Just have a quarter in your head. All right, I'm gonna save up, because you gotta live too. So I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna save up 100,000, and then I'm gonna go take this dirty money, go do something legit with it. And you ain't gotta do that no more. I wonder how much time he gonna get for that. How much time do y'all think that is? How much time do y'all think that's worth? Maybe a couple of years. But that's crazy to me. I'm just so crazy. Like, even a young lady getting men, older people, like you preying on the elderly. So now that's understandable. I'm thinking it was like young people like me, like my age. Because there's no way in the world I'm sending no female no money I ain't never met. Never. If I don't know you, why would I be trying to buy you anything? Why are you asking me for money? Why are you asking me for $1,000? I don't know you. Why are you asking me to buy you lunch? I don't know you. That's weird. That's crazy to me. But women, niggas is out here doing that. Niggas out here being tricks. Niggas out here being thirsty. Niggas out here that thirsty. So they feel like they can get away with it because obviously that they are getting away with it. They're getting away with it, and they think they can get away with it with every nigga. And this niggas out here doing it. Cause you pretty spark up a conversation with you. A nigga ain't never had a pretty girl before. Probably like, oh shit. They spark up a conversation. They get to talking. $90. $90. They get to talking. She might ask him like, hey, yo, send me $100. I want to buy lunch. And nigga do it. She like, oh shit. $100 gonna turn to 200. 200 turn to 500. 500 turn into a Louis Vuitton bag. And niggas is out here doing it. And she probably doing this to multiple men. And imagine her bills is probably getting paid. So, but that woman, she deserved to go to prison. She was preying on older, elderly people. So I get it. So shout out to law enforcement for doing their job. She deserves to go to jail. She deserves to fucking go to jail. Moving along. Man, I really enjoy podcasting, man. I'm really enjoying it, man. I'm really enjoying it. Moving along. Is the Jordan sneaker culture dead? What are you guys' thoughts? Me and my boy Marlon had this conversation the other day about the Jordan sneaker culture. And I was just saying, like, I feel like the Jordan sneaker culture is dead because don't nobody wear Jordans like that. Like, and my homie was like, nah, bruh, niggas is still wearing Jordans. So he sent me a statistic the other day. I think Jordans are still being worn, but like, Jordan is still $1 billion company for Nike. We was having this conversation. Like, Jordan is still $1 billion company for Nike. Damn, I'm gonna find this. Do you guys wear Jordans? Hold on. I can't find it. But do you guys? It was just a question. Like, do y'all think the Jordan sneaker Jordan sneaker world is it dead? I don't think it is. I think it is. I just don't feel like people are wearing Jordans like they used to. A lot of people are wearing Yeezys. A lot of New Balances is coming back. Um. Oh, here it is. So Jordan brand revenue reached $6.6 billion in 2023. This is the Jordan brand revenue by year. 2005, 2.3 billion. 2016, 2.8. 17, 3.1. 18, 2.9. 19, 3.1. 2020, 3.6. 2021, 4.7. 5.1 billion. 2022. And 2023, $6.6 billion. So that means, so instead of a regular signing fee, MJ decided to take a 5% royalty payment for his Jordan brand deal. That means the GOAT made over $330 million in 2023 in royalties alone. So $6.6 billion the Jordan brand made in revenue in 2023. And I think that has a lot to do with the Travis Scott and his collab, Bad Bunny and his collab with Jordan. But let me know. I see a lot of people wearing New Balances now. Asics is starting to make a comeback. Yeezys, of course. I guess I just don't know the sneaker culture like that. I'm not really a sneaker head. I like what I like. But y'all let me know. What are some of your favorite shoes? What are some of the shoes that you guys love to wear, that you guys wear on a day-to-day basis? I just didn't know Jordan was out here still. I mean, I guess Jordan is a classic shoes, classic silhouettes. Like the ones are some of my favorite pair of sneakers. I have a few pair of Jordan ones, and there's a few pair I need to get. But yeah, y'all let me know, what are y'all favorite Jordan shoes? Do you still wear Jordans? I just don't see people camped out for Jordans no more like they used to when I was growing up. Yeezy is a big thing now. So y'all let me know what is your favorite pair of shoes, and y'all hop in the comments. Y'all let me know. Let's get this conversation sparked. Y'all let me know is niggas still fucking with Jordans like that. Moving along. People are calling me left and right. I have a long, so I'm gonna go ahead. You know, every week we gonna do vibe of the week. We do vibe of the week. I was gonna talk about Yes Jules being fired by Yeezy, and he's suing her for $7.7 million for NDA violation, but I'm not gonna be wasting my time on it. Shout out to Yes Jules. Shout out to Kanye, man. Y'all, if you violated that NDA, you gonna have to pay. Vibe of the week is this week's vibe of the week. It's Bryson Tiller's Whatever She Wants. Shout out to Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller is back with a hit record, Whatever She Wants. Man, I love that record. And I have to end the podcast, y'all. My camera just went out, man. Peace and blessings. I love y'all. But vibe of the week, Whatever She Want. I love that record. It's a summer anthem. Y'all know it's gonna be a summer anthem. I know it's gonna be a summer anthem. And yeah, man, Whatever She Want, vibe of the week, man. Vibe of the week. We up out of here.